Here we go. Hey, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. I was like, what's up with that little tiny? I look like a little tiny Diney right there. I'm like, no, we don't want that. All right, now, share your screen again, bro.
All right.
Yeah, sorry
Let's
about
see.
that, brother. I was like, what the hell? What's going on with that? All right, let me pull my camera down so I can at least see the shine on my forehead. Yeah, yeah, I'll go. Your boy got a shiny forehead. I see somebody watching that's really shy. But take a look at that about the credit numbers right there. There you go. You guys see those? What's up,
All
Happy?
right.
How you
So,
doing?
all right. So what you're seeing here is pretty much how the some of basically what is a good score, and you're seeing what qualifies for different levels of scoring. Like I said before, bad credit is pretty much anything from 300 to 600. Average is up to 650. I think Experian was called 680 prime. So anything above 680, they look at as good credit. Of course, your best scores are going to be 700, 750, and 800 plus. And that's where you want to be. And if you plug into this system, that's where you're going to be. You're going to be into that range. If you put in the work, uh, we'll show you how to start from anywhere as low as the 300 and get up to the 800 with this system. And so,
That's what I'm talking
you
about.
know, yeah, and so how the score? Oh, I went too far. The how the scoring is broken down is payment history. You got your credit card utilization. You've got your credit history, how long you've had credit. Then you've got
Hmm.
new credit and credit mixture. But as you see, out of 550 points, the two biggest factors are your payment history and your credit card utilization. So if you
That's
want
a
to start,
big one.
yep. So if you want to make some changes, get some big changes this year, you want to attack those two things especially. Now, if you starting brand new, um, if you just starting brand new with your credit journey, starting from scratch, don't mess them two things up.
No, no, don't do that. Don't do that. That man, that is a biggie. That is
Uh-huh.
a freaking biggie. That is such a biggie. So, guys,
Yeah.
I know it's hard to want to try to pay something, but try to pay it. Try to pay it on time. And there is no magic bullet other than to do it. And once you start doing it, then you know try to keep up those good habits in doing it because it really is going to benefit itself. That payment history that we see right there, that I understand life happens. Life happened with a lot of people pre-pandemic, during pandemic, and now post-pandemic. That's happening. People are trying to play catch up, and that there is one of the things that people are doing. That especially now that that credit history, if you guys are renting, it is definitely important, and you're on time with your rent. Definitely important to keep your records and stuff like that. That will help you. If you guys are doing that sort of stuff, that's going to help you having that sort of on-time rental history. I understand that you didn't know or something like that. You opened up. I was young, 20. I wanted to open up Sears, all these other different department stores, credit cards and stuff like that, way back in the day. And I'm like, oh man, look at me. I was flipping them out. Look at all this, but I didn't realize I was hurting myself. It's like you really don't need all of that. Especially when you go into a department store. Oh, well, would you like to open a credit? And it's like, no. I'm just going to go ahead and pay for this. Once you get yourself to a point where you have control of your payment history, your credit utilization, see that portion right there, when you are to that point when you have a card that is going to pay you back for using it, or you might be able to gain some travel miles and things of that nature, that's when you're able to utilize that credit card utilization, pay for your gas, pay for your food, pay for whatever, but then paying it also is showing that you're using it. That's the utilization. The creditors, the three creditors, TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, they will see that, hey, this person, JD, he's actually used it. He's paying his groceries, he's paying his bills on time, he's doing that, but he's paying them and he's utilizing that for you. Keep it in the mix that's showing that you're utilizing it, that you're not overdoing it. You have a consistent pattern. This shows that you're fiscally, financially, basically responsible for obtaining this credit. That's basically what they were looking for, you know. And that's the thing they don't tell you when you go to buy that new car, that new apartment. You just get there and you come up there without formal education on that, and you're like, well, how much can I afford? What can I do this? And it's we're going to try to help you through that. Yeah, so that's a good one, man. I'm still trying to find out on mine. I haven't opened up mine in a long time. I'm at BMC Home. I was trying to follow along with you on that one. So, but yeah, and then that new. Oh my
But
God.
yeah, so
Yeah, go ahead. Go
that's
ahead,
how
brother.
you score. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, brother. Go ahead. You do.
But I was just saying that's how your score is calculated. So, um, which may be news. Hey, if this is news to you, this is if this is showing you something new, or if this is something you already knew, let us know in the comments. Go ahead, tap that screen.
Yes.
Um, whether you're on mine or on JD's live, this is making sense to you.
Right. We also, along with that, showing you how that's doing, we definitely want you to, review your credit. That way you can catch little things like identity theft and stuff like that. You need to know what's going on with it. It's not nothing new. A lot of people jumped on this bandwagon because we let the kitty out of the bag when you went back and forth to work and then you were like, oh, I can actually do this. And it's like, yeah. Oh, this here is something good coming up. This right here, this solution letters. Go for it. Go for it, George. Go for it, brother man.
All right, so what are we showing here is this how this program here helps you address your payment history. So let's say if you've got, like I said, payment history is the biggest factor on your credit score. So you want to have a history of things being shown, being paid regularly on time. But if JD has told you, then I will attest to you, life happens to you, and sometimes you make mistakes. Maybe you overlook something. Maybe or you had some serious situations, whatever the case may be, and your payment history is taken a ding by a collection or a charge off or a repo or whatever the case may be. We show you how you can go about cleaning that up using your rights under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. You can send these a series of letters to the credit bureaus that will aimed at cleaning up your credit payment history. And what these letters do, they don't say whether or not that you owe the debt. What they basically tell the credit bureau to do is, hey, you got to prove that this item is mine. Um, and if failure to do that, it gets it removed. You can dispute any item on your credit report, and if it's found to be inaccurate, unverified, which means they can't prove it, or it's found to be out of date, it gets removed. And JD mentioned an important point about checking your credit report annually, if not more, because you got all kinds of stuff going on. You know, you could have your roommate's stuff, his late payments showing up on your credit report.
Man,
Girlfriend,
yeah.
ex-wife, you can have
Okay,
if
pause you
you're a
right there.
junior.
I'll pause you on that thought. They even have my name misspelled with an MEN. These are some things that you can do it. And then they had, instead of like, I'm JD, they had DJ. That could be, Dennis Jocelyn or something like that. You know what I'm saying? These are some little things right there, what he's talking about, having that stuff. I had to sit there and X out a lot of the things that were misspelled on mine. And I just had to pull up part of that on there. Go ahead, go ahead. Sorry about that. You
Yeah,
missed your point.
and like I said, 1 in 3 people have at least an error on their credit report. And you think, well, it's just an error. One error could be tying you to either your bad debt or someone else's bad debt,
Mm-hmm.
just by the way the name is spelled. You know, I'm a fourth. I'm a fourth generation of my name, so I could be getting tired of So,
Oh,
dad,
me
grandfather.
and you both are like the George Foreman, straight up. Not trying to interrupt you, but yes, I am. Let's see, it's my dad, James Gorman, my brother. So I'm a third one. I'm a third one down. So you're a fourth. I'm a third. So I have to worry about what my older brother has done. Our middle names differ. I'm a D, and he's an A. So I feel what you're saying.
Uh-huh. And I work in the industry. I'm a utility. I work in utilities as a technician, and I can't tell you how many times I done seen families of all races, of all backgrounds. I done seen some redneck. I done seen some hoodish. I done seen some bougie folks get behind in the bill, want service back on, and flip that thing and the baby name or the
Oh,
nephew name, and now the poor child, he gets 18. He's wondering why he's got dings on his credit history. He's like, I ain't never had no credit, you know. So this is the type of stuff that this system will help you to do. And what it does, we give you access. This system gives you access to these, not only these four letters, but these are the four main ones that you use: the debt validation letter, method verification letter. This series of these four letters is what you would use to send to the bureaus to clean up your payment history. Big time. You can gain back some of the 192 points that you're missing because of errors and derogatory items. Oh, I thought you were about to say something, Jay.
no, no, no. I'm listening.
But
I'm listening. No, no, you do it. You're doing good.
uh, so yeah, and it's the nice thing about this system. Um, the system, it not only writes these letters for you, it's set up to um, yeah, it's set up to write these letters for you. And so
Yeah,
basically, you just put your
exactly. It
information
does.
in, boom, and it spits it out for you, and then you just follow the directions of where to send it, how to send it. Um, and it gives you video training on how to do that, but it gives you the tools to clean up your payment history.
Yes, it does.
And there's many other letters as well, but these are the four main ones.
Like you'll end up with something that's going to be like this, let you know, then it lets you know how to address your bureaus and stuff like that. So that's one. It's like one of the, inaccurate like identity dispute letters. That's just one of the letters that he was talking about.
All right. Now, the second biggest thing to your credit, yeah, if you definitely want to pay attention, is your credit card utilization. You want to pay down revolving debt, and we teach you three different ways on how to do that. Number one is just to pay your bill down, whether by elimination of debt. Um, we teach So, who in here knows where you need your credit card utilization to be? Well, you know what I mean by utilization. I can't halfway say it.
Yeah.
Um, your
Tell us,
limit
tell
versus
us
your
below.
balance.
Just tell us below. Don't be shy. There's no wrong answers. We're just trying to help you understand where you're at with that.
DJ Roy, what's up?
What's up, TJ? How you doing? Thank you for stopping by and listening to our brother right here. Thank you.
Death's Cold Touch, what's up? I don't know. Ooh, you have to explain that name. That's probably an interesting story behind that. So if you said 30, if you have credit cards and you said less than 30%, you would be correct.
Yes.
If you've got credit cards and if your balance is above 30%, you are hurting your credit score. But if you get that thing below 30, you are helping. So now how do you do that? Well, there's three ways. You can either pay the debt down, and we actually show you. We didn't get into this presentation today, but I've seen JD talk about it many times. There's a strategy called income shifting, where the main thrust of it is that many of us who this is tax time, many people have been waiting for their refund, and but instead of waiting for that refund, we show you how to give yourself an instant pay raise, and in addition to that, minimize your tax burden, and you take that money and you pay down that debt. So that's one of the strategies we show you on how to, and this is included in this system. But we show you how to do that to pay down your debt. We also show you how to, another way you can improve your utilization. If you got little small cards, you can ask for a credit limit. Or you can just simply, number three, apply for new trade lines. And we'll show you some of those as we go through the presentation. Solution number one pays down your debt. Solution number two increases your utilization by basically giving you a higher credit limit. And basically, and you can, so when you get that higher credit limit, instead of working with 30% of $100, you can work with 30% of $1,000, or
Right.
30% of 1,000 to 3,000, or whatever the case may be. Those are strategies you can use to lower your utilization. This was something I did not know until this program. And this was one of the big game changers for me personally, in addition to cleaning up my payment history. But
Right. I
getting
didn't know
keeping
that
it,
until I got with this program also. So that
yes,
helped me because wait, I want to say it because this is what a lot of us did. It was like you get your credit card, you pay it off. You get your credit card, you pay it off. Okay, you pay it off. Now understand where I'm. Understand what I'm doing. Hang on a second. While he's doing that, you guys will see what I'm talking about. Hold on, we do a visual. Just a quick visual. This is my credit. This is my cup right here. Am I using this cup right now? This is what your credit looks like paid off. This is what your credit look like when you're using it. I know it's very childish, but if we're doing this, we ain't using this cup because it's empty. But think about having just 30% of liquid up on this bad boy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say all the way to the full because that doesn't show you responsible, but you showing that you got a little bit of credit going on. You leaving a paper trail, I understand like it's a water trail, but you're leaving like a paper trail showing the creditors that you are responsible for that. And that's how you start getting those increasing trade lines and things of that nature. Those are things that's going to help you out with that. Go on, my boy. Handle your business.
all right. So now there's other aspects to your score. You got your credit history. That's talking about the length of how long you've had credit. So especially if you're getting started, this is a good strategy you want to take. If you're just getting out of school or you about to graduate school,
Yep.
if you've got a dad, mom, uncle, cousin, whatever, somebody that's
Grandma.
got good credit, good credit, score, good credit history, you can ask them to be an authorized user. And what that does is that enables you to take advantage of their good history, so you're not starting from scratch. Now, if you're starting over, it's the same thing. It's the
Yep.
same thing.
For real.
So, and you don't get access to the card unless the card owner wants you to have it. But so the card owner does not have to give you the card. You just inherit their payment history. Yeah,
Right.
so this is a good tip for parents and kids. So you don't have to start from square one. You
And
know,
you're not
they
expensive as a parent, so
I
you're
remember
not
my
supposed
friend, they'd always get frustrated, be like, why do I need to have good credit to get good credit? And that's the frustration of the
yeah,
system
it
is,
is.
if you
It
don't
is.
know, that's what it's so frustrating.
For real.
All
You
right,
don't know,
so
you're like, well, what?
now you can so this is new credit. This is another your score is 15%. Now, why when I go live, everybody want to start calling me, but
Oh yeah. I have that happen
this
too.
is another aspect of your score. As you add new credit. I had one guy, he talked about, he was like, he kept telling me, yeah, I want to have good credit. And I'm like, okay, well, you just have to, I don't think he had a relatively clean payment history, but he didn't have much credit at all. I said, well, all you gotta do is get I recommended a secure card, especially
Right.
if you're getting a refund. You can take a G or whatever, put it towards a secure card as the deposit, and you know, pay
Yeah.
your cell phone bill every
Yeah.
month
They
with
can do
that thing, pay it
man, you
all.
can man, yeah, or even play with self and do some stuff like that. Do that, get one of them little chime cards and mess with that too. So
Yep,
something
and
that's
you
gonna
get
help
access.
you.
Exactly. We get this is, and it goes in depth on training on how you get access to all this stuff. But why it's important is that you need to show the bureaus that you are going to be responsible. If you're starting from square one or if you're restarting, you need to prove yourself, and this new credit allows you to do so. And it doesn't. If you're in a bad situation, you can start off with these secure cards, department store cards. We got other um, avenues available. You can add rental history. There's resources that allow you to do that.
Right.
I've used all of these. Secure cards, you mentioned self. That's the one I use now. I've used secure cards to completely rebuild my profile. Um, and this strategy worked. Credit builder loans, I've used that. The
Hey,
self.
hey,
I,
there's no shame in that. We trying to get a little a can of act right open. You know what I mean?
uh, I might put my self referral link back on my link tree.
Yeah,
I
there
had
you go.
about 10, 20
There,
people sign up with self. I don't know who they were, but I had some people sign up with self through my
yeah, I need to do that
link
with
tree.
mine too. I mean, because that bad boy does help. I mean, it helps. They don't understand. It's like, and I understand a lot of people don't want to get their feet wet. And they like, oh, I'm not sure if I can. You really can. Just like you see your bill and you pay that, you just need to know what's going on. You need to know that you're not paying for somebody else's debt. You know that you can do this sort of stuff. We don't want you to go into this blindly. So when you want to go make that big purchase, you wonder why. Trying to buy that Hellcat and you got a 420 credit score that just ain't gonna fly. It's just not gonna
You
happen.
might just get a you get an alley cat. That's what you'll get.
Yeah, you're gonna get a Hellcat. That's about it. Oh boy.
Uh, and then too, we also show you how you can improve your credit mixture, which is part of your score. And basically, there's two types of debt. Um, well, there's three really, but two types of credit, and then there's three. But the two main ones are revolving, um, which is your credit cards, and then you got installment debt, which is like an auto loan, mortgage
Yeah.
loans. Basically, they have a fixed rate that you pay every month.
Hmm.
Revolving is it's not fixed; it depends on how much your balance is. But what they recommend is you want to have 3 to 1 revolving to installment debt. That's like the good mixture. So if you got 4 accounts, you want 3 credit cards and 1 loan. Or maybe if you got 8 accounts, 6 of them could be revolving, and you got your mortgage and your car loan. So that's kind of how it works. You can keep that ratio up. Yeah, it impacts your score by 15%.
Yeah,
And
I
so
didn't know that when I had to. I'm glad I paid off a second. That was like you only need to keep one, not two. You know what I mean? So I was sitting there going, "Oh my goodness!" So I've had that happen.
And I'm gonna turn my camera around real quick because
Yeah,
I
flip
want to
it,
show
baby.
everybody something here real quick before I get into the offering here. Um, I'm gonna show. Oh, I better not do that because I forget I'm not on YouTube. I better not
Yeah,
do that.
yeah. I forgot which app we on. Yeah, hold up, we're not doing that. Yeah, don't do not mention anything with this that kind of goes like this. Nothing that can do with
Hey,
compensation or you know, I don't even want to say the word. No offers or anything like that. We just want to show people so they can get their interest in there. We don't want to say anything. We don't want to do anything like that. Now on the YouTube app and the other app, you're able to mention those things. It's just on this one was just strictly information only, and we just want to keep.
Dad,
hey.
Oh, look
Papa
at
tried
you.
to pass me.
All right, all right. Well, you'll be quiet for a second. Let me close it. All right, here we go. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let me hit the
Yeah, we can
button.
do
Here we
something
go.
else, but we can't do that. It's like meatloaf. But I can't do that, you know.
So, but anyway, you get access to all that training. It's like 26 videos. You get all the forms. There's a feature that writes the letters for you, all included in the training. Um, and if you know other people that are struggling with their credit that could use better credit, you can make some additional money sharing it with them. Um,
Right.
so what you want to do, if this sounds like something you want to learn more about, a message JD or visit. We have both of our websites on our profiles. And right now you can get started for a very and low. First, you get your first month for only $10 with this
Yeah.
system. Um,
Really,
so
it's really worth your while on how to do that.
yeah, it's $10 for the first month. It's $40 a month afterward. But you want to
Hey, little man.
go both of our websites and feel free to ask us any questions. Um, we've all got proof on our pages, on our
Yeah,
Instagrams, our
you'll
Facebooks.
get online and offline support from both of us because you see we're human. We're here. Like I said, we ain't kings. We ain't nobody professional. We both are doing this stuff. It's just we are the people that have taken the time in the initial steps to we seen where we needed to do this and we needed to address our own. So it's not like I'm working in an office or you're paying some sort of professional. I don't claim to be a professional. I just claim to, I don't even claim that. I just know what has worked for me and him and what has worked for a lot of others. What's up, little man? How we doing? And the thing is, it's one of those things that's going to do that. That's why I said you have online and offline support, and we're going to be able to show you how to do this sort of stuff. And like you said, he mentioned the 26 videos with 4 rounds of template letters. You know, it's a well-known, established company with a Better Business Bureau. We'll tell you all that later on when you guys want to inquire about what we're doing between if you're watching on mine or if you're watching on his. You know, is that 440? Hang on, 445 or 415? 445. Okay, cool. So, and we're going to basically show you how to raise that score in a recommend, in a relatively amount. It's just the work that you put in because you're learning how to do this. Let you have how to remove the negative derogatory things like I showed you guys on mine. Let me pull up that page again. I mean, it had me all jacked up. I'm like, that ain't even my name right there. Yeah, it ain't even my name. I mean, have somebody else's. I'm JD. I'm not, you know, Darren something. I'm like, who is this? Had all kind of wrong addresses and stuff like that. So, one of the letters that you'll look like, it'll be looking like this, and it shows you basically how to fill it out and all that other cool stuff. And then I'm not trying to go fast like Eddie Murphy. Hey, I'm from the FBI, and you don't see it like that. It ain't that kind of party. But basically, what I'm showing you where it says inaccurate, letter that you're doing. So I'm doing it that way. It's nothing super fast or anything like that. But once you get in there, we'll show you guys how to do it. It's just all about learning how to do it. And like he mentioned about learning the impact of credit utilization and how to lower it. They say not eliminate it, just how to lower it. Because we want to not eliminate it to where you see nothing. We want to show that there's something left in it. Like, this is my visual thing. We want to show with this glass I'm not using. I'm holding it, but I'm using it. I'm actively using this because that's why they call it credit utilization, not credit emptiness, missing. We're utilizing me and my Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? So we're
I'm
utilizing
talking
to
to my
you
buddy.
guys how that we're doing that. So we very and then that's what we do. So if you're watching on my page, then go ahead and say, "Hey JD, I want to check it out, see what you're doing." I said both the links are in the bio. If you're on his page, check it out. That's why we both on here. You're not taking away from either of us. We want to make sure that you have the education and the forethought. Say, hey, I understand what's right. I made mistakes with mine back in the day, not knowing how to do it, trying to be the man, acting out, like pulling out all these cards. And man, I thought I was a bomb back then. Man, look at all this. Look at all this credit. No, look at all that debt you got yourself. Look how you hurt yourself. So it's not good. Go ahead, bro. What you finding?
Oh no, I'm gonna have to bounce up out of here. I got the little
Yeah, I gotta get
munchkins
my
here
I
and
gotta
there.
get my young one to work right now, so I gotta get him squared away, get some food in him, and do that. But bro, man, you my bro, man. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, thank
Check check
likewise. Thanks again.
check in your messenger on Facebook, so and then we'll holler and chop it up with you with some more questions and details and stuff like that. We have to try this again sometime. I appreciate you.
Yes,
And thank you all for watching. You got West Coast over here, you got East Coast over there. So we are just here to help you guys out. Thank you. All right, bro. Peace out. I gotta go get my youngster to work.
all right. I holler at you. Peace.
Man, we'll holler at you too. Peace.